Hello everyone and welcome to a new week of Road to TCG Worlds 2016. Now, as some of you may know, if you were paying attention to the poll, Bronzong Tyrantrum won by a margin of a single vote. So a lot of people really wanted to see Galad, but this is the deck that won. So I'll be using it throughout the week, and I will be putting Galad once again into the poll for next week because I guess a lot of people want to see that in action. Now, this deck isn't using too many breakthrough cards, so it might not be the most exciting deck, but as you all know, the main focus is competitive, and this deck is definitely a big threat in the format right now. So Tyrantrum-EX is the main focus of the deck, as Dragon Impact does a lot of damage, and with a Muscle Band it can one-hit KO even some Mega Pokemon EX, but without it you can go through any Pokemon EX in the current format that's not a Mega, and with its ability you don't have to worry about Regice, you don't have to worry about Aegislash, things like that. So it's a very useful Pokemon, and you have with double Dragon Energy covering its attack costs along with Bronzong's Metal Links, it's pretty easy to get it going. And there aren't too many good fairy attackers right now, so its weakness is pretty much non-existent. Now, as a secondary attacker, we have Giratina-EX, which we've featured quite a few times in the channel. Its ability preventing Mega Pokemon from damaging it is very useful, especially against decks like Mega Manectric, which resists your Aegislash or your Heatran, and other things like Mega Rayquaza or Mega Sceptile, which is becoming quite popular as it's won quite a few events lately. And Chaos Wheel, of course, allows you to have a soft kind of luck. Now, beside from that, we have Aegislash-EX, which denies opponents who have special energy attached to them. You can't damage due to Mighty Shield, so we have a lot of flexibility with attackers. And Slash Blast, there's only 5 metal energy in the deck, as you can see down here, so we won't be dealing too much damage with it, but when paired with DCE, you can get some nice KOs and especially buy some time to power up whatever else you might need to attack. Now, I am running 2 Heatran, not to fight Regice or any other EX hate, but just because it's a non-EX attacker. And it's a very good one. Stream Blast can one-hit KO Shaymin-EXs, so there are instances where you might make the matchup or the price trade-off favorable to you by using this non-EX attacker. So that's why I have 2 of them. I've always liked this card, and of course we have Bronzong as one of the main features of the deck, because without Metal Links you'll have a very hard time getting anything going. Now, as far as supporters go, we have the obligatory 4 Sycamore, we have the 3 Birch, which are pretty good. I'm trying out 1 Judge because Hand Denial, as we've seen in the channel with Red Card and things like that, is pretty good. So having a single copy along with 4 Versus Seeker and 2 Battle Compressor seems pretty good to have as a utility for the late game. 1 Hex Maniac for the very same reason. There might be turns where you can deny Shaymin from your opponent and things like that to slow them down. There might be points where you need to stop an ability or something, so that could be pretty important. And 1 AC because all of my Pokemon have super high retreat cost, so I don't want to lose games just because I got Lysandered and stuck with something active, since despite us having the 4 double Dragon Energy and the 3 DC, sorry, that's a very big risk. Now, to pair with that, we have 2 Switch and 1 Escape Rope. I'm not sure what the right balance on those is. It might be 3 Switch is better, since we don't have any free retreaters, but I'm keeping that division for now. 4 Ultra Ball to get every single Pokemon out. 2 Level Ball because I can search for the Bronzong line more easily. For Versus Seeker to reuse all our supporters, to Skyfield, because as you can see, between Bronzongs and Shaymins, our bench might get a bit cluttered. So if there are turns where we can play the Skyfield and then our opponent counters it, we can get rid of extra Shaymin in the bench in order to be able to bench other useful attackers. So that's why that's my stadium of choice. There aren't many other good options. Fairy Garden could be considered because double dragon energy would give free retreat to both of these attackers, but it's really situational, so that's why I'm only using 2 Skyfield. 2 Muscle Band, because that allows you to one-hit KO Mega Pokemon like Manectric with Tyrantrum, or more importantly, to one-hit KO, or rather 2-hit KO any EX Pokemon with Giratina-EX, which becomes very crucial when dealing with EX Pokemon like Mewtwo, like Rayquaza, which have over 210 HP. And finally, 2 Battle Compressor, because those help us get Metal Energy into the discard pile to start using Metal Links, and it can help us get some supporters in the discard, which we can reuse later on or at the beginning with Versus Seeker. So that covers everything but the energy. The energy is pretty straightforward. 4 Double Dragon to power up our Dragon Pokemon, 3 Double Colorless Energy. They're always useful. They could help us power up Giratina without the need of Bronzong. We could also use them to pay for the discard cost of Dragon Impact. And 1 Fighting Energy, just because there might be some random times where I need it to power up Tyrantrum and I'm out of double dragon energy, or simply because it doesn't get enhanced hammer away, and as I mentioned, 5 basic metal energy in order to cycle through Metal Links. So with that in mind, I'm gonna save the deck and let's look for our first game of the week. I'm sorry this video is being uploaded a bit later than usual. It's a holiday in Mexico, so I've been just doing other stuff and I didn't have time to record it, but it's now 4:15 p.m. and the video should be up earlier than 6, I believe. Now we're back onto the awesome new UI. I'm being very sarcastic if you couldn't tell, but I'm getting used to it, I guess. I mean, I can't do anything about it, so I might as well get used to it. A very decent hand for us, and we're up against a Metal Lucario. I mean, Lucario Crobat deck, or Crobat something fighting, which means Tyrantrum should be pretty big here. As long as we get, or rather prevent our Bronzongs from getting KO'd, we should be pretty good. I don't know how useful Heatran will be here. Yeah, I think I can afford to discard the Heatran. And my opponent Sycamores 5 cards right away. Doesn't even bother playing the Shaymin for 2 cards. Or 1 card rather. He had another Sycamore, a Birch, and a Sash. Now, Sash might be troublesome for us. There's a second Sash. And I still think Megaphone is a card that could be very good in the format. It really could. What does Zubat have? A Muscle Band, okay. So this is probably his last Focus Sash. I don't think he would run more than 2. So actually Heatran could have its use to ensure Holucha doesn't wreck all my Pokemon EX. But we'll see. I think Tyrantrum getting consecutive KOs should be enough to win us the game. Now, pretty interesting hand here. Gonna play the first Battle Compressor. I'm gonna get rid of a Sycamore. Going to check. That's something people have told me. I really should be checking what's priced and what's not, so that I'm not surprised later on in the game. Gonna get rid of 1 Metal Energy. And I don't think Hex Maniac will be too important here. How many Shaymin are there? There's one Tyrantrum as well. And one double dragon. Is there only one double dragon energy in the deck? There's only one Tyrantrum. There's the second Shaymin. There's one double dragon. And two. Oh no, yeah, there's three double dragon energy. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of the Hex Maniac. Not to reuse it, but because I don't think I will use it. I'm going to play the other compressor. I'm going to get rid of another metal energy. Might get rid of a Giratina actually, because that won't be too useful. My opponent isn't using any Mega Pokemon. Even with the Muscle Band, it won't be 1-hit KOing Crobats. So it's not too important here. And I could discard Lysander so that I have access to it. Or I could discard the Heatran as well. I'm leaning towards the Heatran. Yep. I don't think I'll need more than one Heatran in this game. So I'm gonna bench the Heatran. I'm going to Ultra Ball the Versus Seeker and the Metal Energy for another Bronzor. I don't think I need Shaymin just yet, because I will be Sycamoring for 7 cards. I could get Tyrantrum as well actually. I think it's a better choice to go for Tyrantrum. Though he could target my Bronzor here. I will play my Versus Seeker. I will play Sycamore for a fresh new hand of 7 cards. And I'd say it's been a pretty good turn for us. Pretty good turn 1. Gonna play the Skyfield just to counter his Stadium. Now the question is, do I want to attach the DCE? I think I do. To H-Slash. So that I can start putting some pressure. Or I could attach it to Heatran as well. And I think I'm leaning towards that. Yeah, Heatran seems better. I'm going to play the Shaymin for only 2 cards. But it's a pretty safe play against that deck. I do get the double dragon energy, and I could potentially either damage Shaymin next turn or KO a Golbat with Heatran. So I'm gonna pass for now. My opponent isn't going to play something that prevents trainers. So I'm pretty happy with my current position. Tyrantrum is down, it's pretty threatening so far. We have the double dragon energy. We will have Metal Links available next turn unless he Lysanders up the Bronzor, which that would be bad. No, he just goes after Tyrantrum. He recognizes Tyrantrum is a threat. And he is going to power up Hawlucha to start damaging H-Slash. He plays the Versus Seeker for a Sycamore, so no Lysander this turn for my opponent. And next turn I could play the Judge, but I think I will probably want to play another Sycamore here, despite me losing the DCE. 60 damage, nothing to write home about just yet. He does have the Focus Sash, so I wish this was a switch instead of an Escape Rope, because that would force Lucario to come up to damage Heatran, and then I could retaliate with Tyrantrum. But and I top deck the switch. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about that. I definitely am. I'm gonna attach the double dragon energy to Tyrantrum. Now, do I have another option that's not Sycamore? I don't. So I might not want to play my Sycamore actually, but I also don't want to use Judge and give my opponent a fresh set of 4 cards. What do I do here? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a turn. And I'm just gonna Steel Drop, get rid of that Focus Sash. Heatran isn't too threatened at all by my opponent. During the next turn, I have the Double Dragon on Tyrantrum to respond to with a one-hit KO on Lucario. I could retreat or I could Escape Rope, but Escape Rope would mean my opponent simply promotes a Zubat or Golbat even. He's going for a Karina now. I guess my opponent could be using Mega Lucario. That is a possibility. But without Spirit Link, I don't think it's very viable for him to use that. And even if he powers up 2 Lucarios, well, yeah, it's unfortunate that I don't have my second Tyrantrum here. There's a Muscle Band, so that's fine. There's Crobat. Who is he going to target? Heatran. Now he does KO with Lucario, and the issue for me now is that I cannot retreat. I cannot power up Tyrantrum and retreat, and TCG isn't enough. Ugh. Now I'm in big trouble now, actually. Going to promote Shaymin here. Going to attach the TCG to it. Now I wish I had gotten rid of the AC instead of Hex Maniac. But I'm still gonna use Metal Links onto Tyrantrum. Yeah, this deck needs a free retreater of some sort. Or a Floatstone. If I had Floatstone last turn, I could simply promote Aegislash, Metal Links, and get the KO. Gonna attach the TCG over here. And I'm going to Ultra Ball these 2 cards. Get another Bronzor because I definitely need more energy in play. And I'm going to Sycamore once again. I should have the possibility to... yeah, that's not a good hand. Going to play the other Bronzor. I'm going to play the Giratina. Going to play the Live Ball, and I might have 3 Bronzors. Nope. The second Bronzong is prized. There's a switch and there's the AC. So who do I promote? Probably a Bronzor. Gonna have to give up a Bronzor here, unfortunately. Actually, no. Yikes. I don't want him. Gonna promote Aegislash because he has to, I guess, overextend by retreating to go into Hawlucha to get the KO. Though I don't have a reply for that either. Ugh. This is difficult. Very difficult. And I have 3 Birch in my hand. That's hideous. I wish I had discarded the AC instead of the Hex Maniac, for sure. Now, my opponent is ahead. He has the energy in play, but the Tyrantrum threat is very real here. It's very real for him. He attaches. Is he going to retreat discarding both strong energy? Or does he have a Lysander? I think he has a Lysander. And his Somersault Kick will do 160 damage. And with the 20 damage I have already, it will be a 1-hit KO on Tyrantrum. So if he Lysanders, that's probably game. Ugh. He has a Lysander. So not discarding that AC in the beginning of the match definitely cost me. probably the game, actually. And the fact that my second Tyrantrum is priced, of course. Now, my only shot here is that he doesn't have enough basic energy, I guess. So I'm probably going to need the second Aegislash, but I'm gonna attach the TCE to the active one, and I'm going to Birch here. I also have the option of Giratina. I only draw 4 cards. Going to use double Metal Links onto Giratina. As you can see, I have no way to get the second Aegislash. Ugh, and these animations, man. So unnecessary. And I can start doing some damage with Giratina then. Some damage. So I'm gonna pass. This makes it so he has to retreat, potentially discarding both of the strong energy. And Giratina might be able to carry this game on its own. Not entirely sure. There's another strong energy. Oh, he has Hex Maniac. Right in his hand where he needs it. And so he now deals 180 damage. None of my Pokemon survive that hit. So I believe this is game. Yep. I'm just gonna concede. No point in attacking. Ugh. That super timely Lysander and the fact that we kept missing a lot of cards. I don't know. Should have saved the switch, I guess. Should have discarded the AC to have a reply to that Lucario. But let's find our second game, and I'm trying to think what's a Pokemon that could come in here and abuse Floatstone. I definitely think I need to add Floatstone to this deck. But the question here is there some sort of free retreater that could go in here with the metal deck that I could promote and then start attacking with Tyrantrum? Now my opponent is using a pure fighting deck, so this might be Mienshao. We go second once again, which is unfortunate, but not surprising. It's only a 50-50 chance. We start Aegislash again, which Aegislash should be pretty important in limiting my opponent's damage output if it is indeed Mienshao. But it might be Groudon actually, seeing that Landorus. There's a Roller Skates. I really don't like that card, but there are people who swear by it. No, but it is Mienshao. There's the basic fighting, and my opponent just passes here. So I'm gonna attach the metal energy. Fortunately, I don't have anything useful. Just gonna get Bronzor. And I'm tempted to Lysander, but not really. Just gonna pass here. Can't do anything else besides this. My opponent just attaches once more. So if I don't get a TCE, I might... Okay, I top deck the TCE. So without the TCE, I might have been in big trouble here. I could KO Mienshao, but I definitely need to do damage to this Landorus because it's threatening me next turn. If I KO Mienshao and he attaches another basic fighting and does Skylariat, then I do 80 damage or 60 or whatever, and he just KOs me right back. And seeing how I don't have absolutely anything, I think it's pretty important for me to KO the Landorus, which is much more threatening. And the way the Mienshao deck works, if he doesn't get another Mienfoo in play or things like that, I might have a chance. And okay, I am at range of a Mienshao Muscle Band basic energy, but I did just top deck the Ultra Ball to get something out. I'm gonna get rid of the escape rope. Going to get Shaymin for sure. I'm going to play it down and we'll see what else we get. Another Ultra Ball, another Metal Energy. So I'm going to play the Ultra Ball. Do I have a supporter? No. So I'm tempted to just get another Shaymin. Honestly. To draw more cards, which is what I'm going to do. I'm now going to play the Stadium. I kind of want to attach an energy, just in case he whiffs on the Muscle Band. And I'm going to Shaymin for 5 more cards. And there's a Heatran. We also get the Level Ball to get Bronzong out. Oh, but all 3 Bronzongs are priced. Ha! Wow, what are the odds of that happening? I'm pretty sure they're very low. Gonna attach the Muscle Band to Heatran and just gonna Sycamore away to draw more cards. Without the Bronzongs, I'm in big trouble here. Big trouble. Gonna Slash Blast for the KO. We have a 50% chance to get a Bronzong here. Which is Bronzong? This guy is Bronzong. Yep. Wow. Wow, all 3 Bronzongs. And I was complaining about getting 2 Mega Mewtwo EXs priced last week. And now I have 3 Bronzongs priced. Wow. My opponent plays down 2 Focus Ashes, so no point in using Lysander. He will flop me for 30 damage and threaten a KO, but with Bronzong I can DCE Metal Links and take prize, or rather discard the Focus Ash with Heatran, which is very important in making sure H-Slash survives. And what I can do as well, I'm going to retreat for Heatran, going to pay with these 2. This is so weird. Attach the DCE, and just to prevent a Lysander KO, I am going to get rid of AC with the Battle Compressor and AC up the Aegislash. I'm also going to get rid of Judge, just because I might want to disrupt his hand later on. Now there's the Versus Seeker for the AC. I only lose 1 energy at the cost of saving myself a potential 2 prizes from my opponent. Aegislash gets fully healed up. I bench it down again. I guess I didn't need to, but it's fine. And Steel Drop gets rid of the Focus Ash. And wow, that was a solid 4 to 5 seconds of animations that I could have easily saved. As you can see, I really don't like the animations. Now, the good thing here is there's 3 Fighting Energy in the discard. If I had a Megaphone here, I'd be pretty golden, because I could get rid of the Focus Ash. Now, what I am going to do here is use Judge. I could switch or power up Aegislash and get rid of the Focus Ash that way, because I don't know how many basic fighting he runs, but there's already 3 in the discard pile. So I'm gonna use Aegislash to try to prevent my opponent from even damaging my Pokemon, because without a basic fighting energy he won't be touching my Aegislash, and he for sure has potentially 4 strong energy, access to 4 strong energy, but I doubt he has more than 3 basic fighting energy left in his deck. And Judge will reduce his hand even. So we should be pretty good here. Having the Lysander in my hand is also very useful to ensure we win this match. We have only drawn a single prize, but we're in a very good position. That H-Slash was 30 damage from getting KO'd, and now it's completely fresh. It's preventing my opponent from using strong energy. We have the switch in case he decides to Lysander something to try to stall for some time. And yeah. Excuse me. My opponent evolves. If he heals, I can simply retreat and take a KO with Heatran. He can't air return here. He does decide to heal. So is he going to leave Mienshao up? Yep, he is. So I can simply Metal Links onto Heatran, play the switch, and take the KO that way. Easy peasy, and my opponent will only have one Robo Substitute and a 1-card hand. I'm not even going to bother playing anything else. I take the KO with Steam Blast, sorry. Get rid of the Metal Energy, which I can recover later on. Take my prize. No Bronzong, so we have another 50-50 chance next turn to get a Bronzong out of the prizes. But my opponent has 2 cards in his hand. He top decks the Mienfoo, which I can Lysander. He passes. No reason for me not to Lysander. And I'm going to use Metal Links onto H-Slash, just so that I might not need Heatran later on. And I'm going to Steel Drop for the KO. My opponent is being very stubborn here. I honestly would have conceded already, but we'll see what he top decks. And wow, I've taken 3 prizes and there's still 2 Bronzongs left there. So now I have a 66% chance to get a Bronzong. He top decks another Robo Substitute and passes. So I guess he's trying to take me out. Just gonna Steel Drop. I honestly feel like this game is simply dragging for no reason. Heatran took its sweet time to attack that Robosub. No prize for me, so Bronzongs are still there. I guess I could be trying to guarantee a Versus Seeker for a Lysander, but my opponent finally just passes here. So with that, I'm simply gonna Steel Drop, get rid of all his Pokemon in play, and that means we win this match pretty easily. I am going to make some changes to the deck for tomorrow, namely Floatstone and perhaps Kyla, but nothing too big. So that's it for today, guys. Once again, sorry about the delay in the video, in the upload rather, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in Spanish or on Wednesday in English. Thank you very much for watching, and yep, that's it. Bye bye.